It's the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show at the 2018 Hall of Heavy Metal History Awards show with Marq Torien, lead vocalist of the BulletBoys. Marq, Blairing Out with Eric Blair show. How you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What is the importance of the Hall of Heavy Metal History Awards to you?
It's very special because they're going to be inducting some amazing artists and some amazing musicians, and some of them are my friends. So actually somebody that's actually getting inducted is Munzi Rishi, who works for a company called Skateboard Marketing that's worked on a lot of our records in the past, and he's working on our record. He worked on Elefante and is working on our new release From Out of the Skies, which drops on March the 23rd.
Now, Marq, how have you endured the test of time in the entertainment business, especially in the heavy metal music business? It can kill.
That's a great question. Perseverance, love, compassion, forgiveness, musically trying to write songs that are that have staying power, and trying to be more about the now and in the future instead of relying on living in the past.
There's so many pitfalls to this industry. There's temptation, there's drug abuse, and you've come through all that with flying colors. I mean, you look fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Well, you know, I've been through the drug scene, through the alcohol scene, and I was very fortunate back in the day that I had some amazing angels around me that were able to facilitate finding a way to live a sober life. I've been sober for over 28 years, and music's always been a part of me. I come from a very musical family, always in the music business. My father played with Stan Kenton, my mother sang in I don't know how many different groups, background singers, and I just come from that family. So this is what I've been doing my whole life, is being part of the music business, and that's what we do. I was born and raised in LA, and we were very, very blessed to make it in the BulletBoys. We worked extremely hard with Warner Brothers, Ted Templeman, Roberta Peterson, Mo Austin, just dropping a couple names out there, so some shout outs because I love them very much, and they gave us that opportunity to shine at the time that we came out with our first record.
I know you were in Ratt for a while,
yes,
and other LA bands, but hit the ground running when you were in King Kobra with Carmine Apiece.
It was, you know, I actually did an interview today, and we were talking about it a bit. That wasn't really my band, but it was a great opportunity. Lonnie Vincent too was actually in the band playing bass, brought me into the project, and he asked me if I could, you know, come in, drop the guitar, come and start singing, doing your thing, and the guys really liked what I was singing, and Carmine really gave me that opportunity. But I do have to say this about Carmine. Carmine's been in the business for a long time. I have mad respect and love for him. He's an amazing musician, and the reason why I'm still doing it is because I look at my predecessors and the people that have helped me along the way, and if they're able to still do it and write songs and you know, stay in this crazy business, it's just all about just, you know, writing and keeping diligent in your writing, in writing songs and music, and that people can sing and feel things for in their heart, and that's really important to us.
As far as guys you grew up with in the industry, like the guys in Ratt, who are you still close with, and who do you like to spend time with?
Man, I'm still close with a lot of guys. You know, I don't really get out too often. I'm usually in the recording studio or writing. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but I try to, you know, really concentrate on that and trying to help individuals with music and everything else. But I love hanging out with everybody. I mean, I love hanging out with Jesse Hughes from Eagles of Death Metal. I'm hanging actually in a new tribe, so a lot of the guys from the past I don't get to see as often as I like, but I really like the people that are around me right now, and that have been helping me recreate. I really enjoy any musicians that I can hang out with and enjoy. I'm a big barbecue guy, so we like to do barbecue parties in my backyard and bring people over and jam, and you know, so anybody that I can talk to is great. I love Phil X from Bon Jovi. He's an amazing cat. And I really like hanging out with cats that aren't pompous and that are down to earth. My heroes are people that are normal folks. So I like to hang out with people that are just not so much in the business, but that have a lot of love and that bring a lot of that are aware of our climate of our country right now and everything else, you know, and I just like to have, how would you say it? I don't like to have arguments with people. I like people to get along and to have forgiveness for each other and try to do that kind of thing. So I'm really leading with love a lot and trying to lead with love.
So what do you think of the climate of our country?
We as individuals, as human beings, like I said before, we need to really start listening to each other. We need to start loving. We need to start forgiving each other and forgiving ourselves and move on. I'm a man of color, so I didn't grow up seeing color. I grew up in Los Angeles, so I wasn't in a city called Montebello, and my parents didn't raise me like that. So what's happening right now in our country is it has its good points and its bad points. But I think it all starts with us as human beings, and knowing that we have to be able to forgive each other for the things that we do. We in our own lives, sometimes in our own individual lives, it's really hard to understand sometimes where a person is and where they're at in their life. So I think if we're more aware of that and more aware of not being so heavy-handed with our approach to one another, maybe some things can start blossoming and we can start stepping out and start being really loving human beings.
What do you think about the Me Too movement?
That's a double-edged sword to me. I do understand what it first came out, what it was first implying to, and I completely agree with that. But there's been other things now that it's implying, so it's a bit strange to me. It's a double-edged sword. But I have to say that the initial hashtag of Me Too and what that's all about, I am completely in. My heart goes out to anybody that has had to deal with that. I think that there are some of us that had to deal with that when we were young. So it's something that we all have to open up our hearts to and realize that we have to be more aware and more educated about the things that are happening right now.
How did the deal with Frontiers come about?
Deal with Frontiers basically came about with our agent, with Chuck Bernal over at Artists Worldwide. Frontiers had called my agency and they were looking for other bands and they were looking for us. So he was the liaison to the company through Mario and Serafino, and I just got to tell you, I'm so ecstatic being with Frontiers.
Oh yeah.
They gave my band an opportunity, and they really realized the record that we were putting out this year, how it had peaks and valleys, and how it was really on a different level. So they gave me that opportunity to come in there and do something that was out of the box, but wasn't cookie cutter. So as far as me as an artist, I am so ingratiated to them because they've been so loving to me, and I have to thank them very much.
How hands off or hands on are they when you're recording and writing songs in the studio?
No hands-on. It's all just, I write the songs.
They
and
trust you.
Absolutely, which is great, which gives us that, that freedom to write what we want to write, and that's a big thing. Freedom in writing and being artistic and being able to be free with that is just like so ingratiating and so loving. So that's what we did on this record.
Tell me about the new music video. What inspired it?
It was inspired by a couple different things. I can't really explain it to you because I would like people to take from the video and what they feel that it's coming to them. I always like to, especially D Evil, you're kind of like, well, what is that song about? I like for people to figure out what their song is and how it feels to them, how they interpret it. Because sometimes, an artist will say, well, it's about this and it's about that, and then say, well, really, it's about that. Oh, I was thinking something else. So I always like to find out what people think, what their feelings are on the song,
How did you like working with Ted Templeman on the first BulletBoys record? Was it pleasurable or not pleasurable?
The most pleasurable experience I've ever had in my career. He is a complete angel. I have to give him all the credit for helping us and as a band and giving us that sound that we were looking for. He's the best producer I've ever worked with in my life. I still, when I'm cutting records and producing records, I still go back to the things that he taught me. Ted was like a Phil Jackson to me. Phil Jackson was the coach of the Bulls and also the Los Angeles Lakers. He always gave me things to read, new music to listen to. There was always that time where he gave us stuff to study. So I always revered that, and I still do it now. He opened up so many doors and his sister Roberta Peterson was also there, and all the people in the regime of Warner Brothers that helped us out at the time. I am so thankful to them still to these days. I still talk to them about them in articles, because if they didn't take that chance with us and believe in us like they did, and Ted Templeman didn't believe in us, there would be no BulletBoys. There wouldn't be a record. There wouldn't have been that first record. But he took that chance with us, and he was kind of like the fifth member. We always call him brother. Brother, what's going on, bro? Brother, listen, brother, you got to go. It's like there was a brotherhood there with Ted, and I felt like he was like, this amazing angel that was full of magical powers. He was able to create magic all the time as a wizard, and he helped us to learn how to create magic, not make it, but create it. March the 23rd, this year, 2018, From Out of the Skies, which is a BulletBoys new record, comes out on Frontiers SRL. Our new video, which is entitled D Evil, is out right now. It's blowing up on YouTube. We want to thank everybody for being so loving and so kind to us, and really loving our new music that's coming out, and have been with us for this long ride and adventure. And we promise you that this new record will really open up your eyes and ears, and be something really different, and something that's not of the norm. So get ready for it. From Out of the Skies. It's coming to you March the 23rd, 2018, this year.
All right, Marq. God bless you, brother.
God bless
Hang
you
in
too,
there.
man.
Thanks
Thank you
for being
so
on
much.
the Blaring Out with
Always
Eric Blair
hanging
show.
in there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The Blaring Out Show.